Hi, how's it going, eh? So I hear that the Golf Channel is looking for a brand new instructor. Well, that's where I come in. My name's Doug Lawrie. I'm a CPGA instructor here in Burlington, Ontario, Canada. And as you can see, I've got on the standard issued toque and mitts that each golfer gets when they play golf here in Canada. But no, that's another story. Anyways, what I do have for you is some great ways to make your golf game really simple and really easy. So let's get started right away, because as you know, we've had some success on the PGA Tour with Mike Weir and Stephen Ames, and even more recently, we've had one of our very own CPGA instructors helping out a certain individual with his golf game. So let's get going right now. I look forward to helping you out. Oh my God, I just topped the ball. What did I do? If you turn to your friends and said, "What's wrong with my game? What did I do wrong?" They tell you, well, you didn't keep your head down, or you didn't keep your eye on the ball, or better yet, you lifted your head. Well, those three things couldn't be any more wrong in the golf swing. All right, so I'm going to tell you today how we make a great shoulder turn by maintaining your spine angle, otherwise known as your posture, okay? Next to the grip, the posture and maintaining that throughout your swing is the most important thing for consistency, okay? A lot of times I see people swinging the club and they lift it up and try and hit back down on the golf ball, or they take it really flat around them. That's going to cause a lot of problems, because now you're trying to coordinate up and down with turning. And that really is hard to do. This is a hard enough sport as it is. Let's try and make it really simple for you. So here's how we're going to do that. Simple little physiology lesson, okay? When I stand here facing the camera, okay, I can move my left shoulder towards the camera and my right shoulder doesn't move. Conversely, I can move my right shoulder forward and my left one doesn't move. Now I'm going to arch my back, okay, and when I do that, I pinch my shoulder blades together. That's very important. That feeling is what we want to try and key on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my right shoulder blade, if I was a right-handed golfer, okay, and I'm going to pinch my right shoulder blade and just keep moving my shoulder backwards. Now what happens? My left shoulder moves towards the camera. That's how your body works based on the way it is built. So that can work to your advantage when you're swinging a golf club, because if you make good shoulder turn in your spinal tilt with your posture, you will make repeatable swings time and time again. So how that looks is, I'll do it on the side for the profile, okay? So if I was working my way back to the camera on a right-handed swing, all right, I would feel my right shoulder move and turn behind my head, all right? So here's a great little drill you can work on without a ball to help you feel that shoulder turn. So I'm just going to grab another golf club. I have one in my hand, and I'm going to grab this golf club. I'm going to take my setup. So your spine angle with your posture, you tilt forward so you feel like you're leaning forward, equal weight distributed throughout your arches. And you're going to put this golf club not in the center of your stance, okay? If I'm a right-handed golfer going this way, you're going to put it just about halfway between the center of your stance and your back foot. And that's important, because we're going to take our spine angle, we're going to cross our arms and put this club across our chest, okay? Now what I'm going to try and do, all right, and invariably you see a lot of people try and do this. Keep your head down. And when you try and turn, that really restricts your movement. So we're going to keep our chin up. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and activate this right shoulder blade and pinch it and move it behind my head. So if you notice when I do that, I can move my shoulders behind, and this shaft across my shoulders becomes in line with the shaft on the ground. Why is that important? Because I'm not changing my spine angle. I'm not doing this. I'm not lifting up. I'm making a nice smooth turn with that right shoulder moving behind. So on the profile, it would look like this. I pull that right shoulder back, the left shoulder moves forward, and my spine angle remains the same. So once again, we do that, and it's a great way to feel a nice, easy turn. Now here's how you can feel that once the golf club gets in your hand. Your arms are hanging down from your shoulders, okay? They're an extension from your shoulder, and you want to feel like they're hanging very nice and relaxed. Now, why is this important? Well, as I turn my shoulders, okay, I'm moving my mass. Another little physiology lesson. Your mass, which is my spine, runs from the top of my skull, down my back, and inserts into my sacrum, which is attached to my pelvis, okay? Now, my shoulders, my ribs, my stomach, even my face are all in front of my spine. So in your posture, when you're making that turn, it's essential that we keep that spine angle, okay? So when I was talking about how my arms hang, okay, down from my sides, my shoulders are going to move in a circular motion. They're moving around my spine, all right? When that happens, because your arms are at a nice relaxed position, they should move away from center. Good old physics and centrifugal force, pulling your arms away from the center that's turning around your spine. So it looks like this, okay? Now what that is a lot of times you see people holding the golf club and they lift it up or they pull it in, and that's activating muscles and tendons in their arms and shoulders that they don't need to work on. So, simple little routine, working on your setup, okay? And we can set up to the ball, feel that right shoulder blade activate, and make a good turn back and through. It's essential that you feel that weight stay centered between the arches of your feet. When you're making your turn, okay, you're going to have a little bit of weight shift, but that feeling of tilted forward, so if I was doing it profile-wise, all right, I would feel like I'm working this way, and I'm going to activate that right shoulder blade, okay, and my arms swing away from the center. This way, you can make nice, controlled turns, all right, and feel those arms be nice and relaxed. A lot of the times, people just don't know how to maintain their posture when they're making their swings. That tip will help you. Keep working at it. Thanks for tuning in. Now in Canada, we love our maple syrup. Wayne Gretzky, he's a god. But because of hockey, 25% of us swing it both ways. So if you didn't notice, I'm actually left-handed. But because of golf, I make sure I work on my right-handed swing. So sometimes you can hit shots just like this. Keep working at your game. I look forward to seeing you real soon. Thanks for tuning in. So we're going to talk about how to get a great postural stance and in your setup. It's really important because if you have a good setup position with posture, it makes your golf swing function so much easier. Okay, so I've got these two shafts to kind of give me some ideas on how you can do this. And I'm going to use this as a wall, and that's kind of going to show you exactly the position you need to be in with your spine. Okay, so if I were standing up against this wall, okay, with my back nice and tall, all right, my club up in front of me, what I'm going to feel from here is I'm going to feel like I bend from my hip. So when I tilt forward, I'm kind of like one of those perpetual motion birds that you see fake drink into a glass and pop back up. That's the sensation you want to have. Now when I do that, you'll notice my rear, it basically brushes the wall. And that's important because as I lean forward, okay, and I relax my knees, you're going to balance your weight between the balls of your feet and your arches, okay? And then I let my club fall and step my feet out. So as you can see, my spine mirrors this shaft in the front. And that's really important that you have that nice spinal tilt so you have a great hang from your arms. Okay, so when you take your address position, say this is just a 7-iron, my arms are hanging very nice and relaxed, I'm not reaching, and I'm not too close to my body. All right? That way you can have great shoulder turn while maintaining that feeling. I feel like I'm balanced on my feet and that my spine is mirroring that shaft. So that's a great routine to get you into that swing and get your game started off right. Thanks so much for tuning in. Come on back soon here at the Golf Channel.